on? Wherever you're watching, wherever you're listening, we really appreciate the fact you are with us for this program. The Day Trader Trio right there, live and in person. So lucky to be able to listen and watch them perform every single show. Love the guys back here at the bar. It's Costa, it's Merriman Godwin, and it is Sully.
Yes, it is. Have I seen these guys on TV?
Okay, truth be told.
Because I can't. First of all, I misread it as Keith Jackson.
I thought it was Joe Jackson.
Oh, golly.
Joe Jackson.
Joe Jackson.
No, I reached out to Abacus, and then I was sitting at my dining room table a couple weeks ago, and Abacus, Jay Jackson comes up on the television screen, and you always told me, Costa, never do your own commercials because you got a face that
but he's good looking guy.
He's really good looking, and he obviously is super talented.
Take it easy, Mike.
He's a
Mike, take that down a notch there, buddy.
Okay,
you were actually a little louder than Mary on that one.
You walked me right into it. Jay Jackson, Mr. Jackson, is the chairman CEO, Abacus Global Management. ABX is their ticker symbol. We welcome him to the Big Biz Show for the very first time. Jay, I appreciate your commercial, sir.
Hey, man, that's good to hear. Like you, my mother, and my aunt, I think are my biggest fans.
There's three of us.
Isn't it interesting? Yeah. Isn't it interesting that you could go? I mean, our show's been on TV for 20 years. We've been on radio for 30 years.
Yeah.
You and I had big talk shows in San Diego and LA.
Yeah.
But you get recognized more for the stupid endorsements for Sleep Train mattresses.
Oh, totally. Yeah.
Than you do.
Yeah.
So
I bought your mattress.
It's not the fact that you guys do fantastic financial planning and you guys figure out alternate assets and stuff. It's your commercials that you're known for, not the great work.
Listen, it is amazing. I'm like, when a boy band goes into a mall, that's me going into a senior community.
Yeah, exactly.
I dominate the female 75 demographic. It's good times.
You own that. Hey, talk about ABX. You guys are publicly traded. Obviously, this is a financial advisory. And we don't cover this very often on the program, but it's important because I think the market runs on fear and greed. And many of us, most of us, can't handle that fear and greed. So which is why you have a person in between you who can actually make decisions on your behalf that are trustworthy, and they can take the emotion out of it. And I will tell you, smartest thing I did 30 years ago was get a financial manager. I still get to mess around day trading because that's what I do for a living on the show and such like that. But I will tell you, that represents 1% of my portfolio. Most of my stuff is handled by a guy like Jay. Jay, talk about that business for a living. Talk about you guys specifically.
Yeah, it's super interesting. I mean, in Abacus, and one of the things we do, it's really unique, is that when we focus on financial planning, we look at the entire financial plan for someone's entire life. And here's where I think financial planning has been kind of broken for a while. Is that, you did your financial plan, but did anybody talk to you that says, hey, your lifespan could potentially be X? I'll give you an example, right? Let's say you're going to go into retirement. What's your number one fear?
Running out of money.
Right? Yeah. Well, shouldn't you have a better understanding of how long you're going to be in retirement?
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy to me.
Yeah,
right? That we don't spend a little bit of time on that.
And I think also the message, look, when you retire, you don't take your money out, sit on the kitchen table and stare at it.
No.
I mean,
that's right.
If you're with the guy, you're supposed to be still working for you, right?
Well, that's exactly right. And what happens is people do that because they have this huge fear. It's like, well, if I spend the money, I'm going to be out, right? And so therefore I better hide it under my mattress. And that's this big misnomer. And ultimately what happens is we medically underwrite people to help them better understand how long they're going to be in retirement. They can apply that to what we run our ads on, which is life insurance, and say, hey, listen, your life insurance policy is like your home. It's an actual liquid property that's got a real value. And if you just stop paying on it, the insurance company wins. Or, hey, if you're doing a financial plan, how should you allocate? Right. You should allocate based upon what that lifespan looks like. And then we take the data and help them better understand how to live longer lives.
I got 20 good summers left and then 5 bad ones after that.
Yeah,
so that's my actuarial.
Well, and you know what I'd like to do is how do you get that to 23 good summers, right?
Yeah, right.
Now, what a gift that would be.
Right.
1,000%. Jay Jackson is the chairman CEO, Abacus Global Management. ABX is their ticker symbol. Jay, do you find, though, as that our parents' generation unfortunately passes on, that the younger generation coming into those golden years has a better understanding financially and fiscally what their money could do for them?
You know what's wild? It's a fair question, but I don't think that's true.
Really?
I'm telling you, and here's why. Like, what ultimately ends up happening is that if you look at the savings rate, it's the lowest it's ever been generationally. Oof. So when you look at the baby boomers coming into retirement, there's this, everyone talks about 10,000 per day and all those kinds of things. The saving rates are lower. People have to work longer. My point is if you're going to have to work longer, you better get healthy, right? If
true.
you want to start saving like you were supposed to in your 30s,
Yeah.
when you're 40 or 50, you would better get to the gym.
Yeah.
Because you've got another 20 years to play catch up. And that's okay, by the way, because that's the type of data that we talk about. People have this misconception on saving for retirement. The misconception is it's 65. I think people are going to start working until they're 75.
I think it's already happening. Last question for you today. You're an expert in alternate assets. We can't help but talk about Ethereum. Can't help but talk about some digital currency. I mean, obviously, Bitcoin has turned out to be nothing more than an index. It's not going to be currency. It's going to be it'll be something to invest in. When does that actually have a serious conversation inside of your investment mix?
Oh, I think we have it now. Like, I think tokenization of real assets is going to happen in real time, right? You've seen JP Morgan's got a massive team on this. And so we buy life insurance policies, package them, and then we actually ultimately end up managing them or selling them to large third-party private asset managers, right? And that asset alone, we're already putting that on blockchain so that it can be tokenized later. What does that really mean? It means that historically you would go and you would invest in one of these large, like let's say in investment funds, like a private equity that's locked up for a long period of time. As this is tokenized, as these assets are more transferable and most importantly, more transparent, it's going to provide access to private equity. It's going to provide access to alternative asset funds in a tokenization format. I'm not a big fan of putting private equity or private products in 401ks, but putting it in a tokenization where people can access it and trade it and realize
it's an asset mix at that point, right?
It's a true asset, and now everybody can gain access to it. You're going to see it happen in real estate and mortgages coming up real quick. This is happening in real time, and I think that's where you look at the Bitcoin, the digital economy is going to start to happen on a tokenization of alts.
Let's get you in studio sometime, bud.
Yep.
Great to have you.
I can't wait, man. Bring me.
And Jay, another way to keep your parents from moving back home, just change the locks, man. It's really easy.
As Mike Retirement Plan says,
exactly.
The last check I'm going to write is going to bounce.
Jay Jackson, Chairman, CEO, Abacus Global Management, ABL. ABL as in Lima. ABL is their ticker symbol. All right, keep it right here. Lots more to come your way as the Big Biz Show rolls on after this.